Hello, this is Matt from Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. What we have here is a Hotpoint side-by-side refrigerator. The customer's complaint is that there's a ticking, grinding type of noise coming from the refrigerator section at the top. So what we're going to do is open it up and see if we can hear the noise. Okay, the tools that were used was just a drill and a flexible extension bit with a 1/4 inch nut driver and just a flathead screwdriver. We just use that just for the advancing of the defrost timer, just to manually get it in there to make the advancements. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open it up, and you can hear the grinding noise, which sounds like it's coming from the defrost timer. I'll go ahead and remove these 2 tabs, pull at the bottom here, lift the cover off, and the defrost timer is mounted right here, and it's definitely coming from the timer. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug the unit, and we're going to take the assembly off, and we're going to replace the timer. It sounds like the gears are stripped on the defrost timer. Alright, we're going to go ahead and remove the 1/4 inch screw up at the top here. That's holding the assembly in place. And then we've got a little tab down in the bottom right hand corner here, so you just kind of lift up, free it out. And then we've got the quick connect right here that we're going to remove, and we can take this whole assembly out and work on it. 2 mounting screws that hold the timer in place, a 1/4 inch. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Lift the timer out and just remove the connector. Grab our new timer. Plug it in. And to put the screws back in, you got to kind of hold it in place with one hand on the back side to sort of maneuver it around so you see your holes line up. Tighten the mounting screws, and we're going to be ready for installation. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the control assembly. What we've got here is this gasket that fell off. Just going to reinsert that right around the ring there on the damper. And we're going to pull up, hook the Molex connector in for the power. Make sure that locks into place. And then you got your little tab down here in the corner. Lift up, drop it in. We just have our 1 Phillips screw. Kind of got to squeeze it down to line it up. All right, and that should do it. We're just going to go ahead and put the cover back on. Kind of snaps underneath in the bottom here and hangs on these 2 rails. And then you just got to press your little lever buttons back in place. Go ahead and set it at 5 and 5, which are going to be the factory settings, and we're going to go ahead and plug it back in. So what we got right now, the unit did not fire up right away. So that means the timer is in the defrost cycle. So you can take the cover back off, a flathead screwdriver to manually advance the timer. Put it right there. Click it forward, just 1 click. It would have advanced out manually, but it may have taken up to 30 minutes for the timer to go through the defrost cycle. So we manually advanced it through, kicked on, we do not have the noise. So we're going to go ahead and reinstall the cover there. Put our buttons back on. That's going to complete the repair. Okay, so basically the component that we replaced was the defrost timer. This particular timer here is going to basically put the unit into a defrost once every 10 hours or so for about 30 minutes. And sounded like the internals were bad. The gears were just grinding, making noise, which if this part was not replaced could have caused issues with the heater never coming on, and the freezer section may not have ever defrosted, which would give you cooling issues, or it could have hung up in the defrost cycle, which would cause the compressor to cycle off and potentially never come back on. So you could definitely run into cooling issues if you're getting a noise coming from this. So it's better to replace it than to let it go. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.